But still, this wholesaler will also not have a direct contact with the final consumers. Retailer will book, that is pre-booking will happen with the wholesaler prior to whatever the product he has. Now what is that they can do? They can't afford for advertisement, but they will give incentives to the wholesalers. But the retailer deals with all the products from all the manufacturers, whoever wants to go for a retailer's shop. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Business Studies in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students here. Now we'll go with the next topic. The topic is very interesting, that is the retailer giving services to the consumer. Now in the last session I told you about the retailer giving services to the wholesaler and the manufacturer. Now please understand this logic here. When we go with this diagram, you need to understand the manufacturer is a person who will invest everything. He will invest everything. But this manufacturer will not have a direct control or direct contact with the final consumer. So he uses a tool, that is the intermediaries or the middlemen or the agents or the brokers. Now one of the internal trade, there is a form, we call it as wholesaler. Now this wholesaler is there. Now again, wholesaler will buy bulk quantities from the manufacturer. But still, this wholesaler will also not have a direct contact with the final consumers. So the wholesaler will sell it to the retailer traders. Now here what happens is the retailers will buy small quantities. But here what happens is the retailer are the only people who will have the final consumers. Now please understand, I have explained you about the retailer giving services to the wholesaler and the manufacturer. Now it is what will the retailer give a service to the final consumers? So these are the services. The first service is regular availability of products. What is it? Regular availability of products. Now if the consumer wants a product, the retailer will have it. That means he will pre-book with the wholesaler saying we need these many units of this product. Now what happens is there is a continuity of buying and selling going on with the wholesaler and the retailer. Now that will lead to what? The wholesaler will also ask the manufacturer for the property, that is the product as well as the services. Now try to understand this. This wholesaler will pressurize the manufacturer to make more products. Now the manufacturer is also happy, the wholesaler is also happy, and the consumer is also happy. That is what the services is given by the retailer. That is availability of the product. Now this is the availability of the old products, right? Now they are buying it again. As well as there is one more service called new products information. The retailer will have a direct contact with the final consumer. Whenever the consumer comes to the shop, the retailer will tell there will be a new product which will come to the market and you people can enjoy it. Now he becomes what? He becomes a personal selling agent to the final consumers. Now you would have seen that, you would have gone to any of the retailer shop. Now the retailer will tell the next product will come after a week. Now what is it? Regular availability of product. So he will tell you that there is a regular availability of product, but due to some reasons those products did not come this week, but next week it will definitely come. One more is new product information. He will tell the consumers that please do buy the product, plus wait for one more week, again new products will come, new product will launch. So what happens is like a door-to-door service, he is actually going with what? Face-to-face marketing. Next is convenience in buying. Now retailer will make sure that the final consumers get really convinced and then they will buy the product with convenient efforts. Wide selection. See, wholesaler, what happens is, if you go with this wholesaler, the wholesaler will have one or few products he will actually buy in bulk. But whereas the retailer will buy every product, what is it? Every product in a small quantity. Every product in small quantity. But wholesaler will buy bulk quantity. Bulk quantity. But he will buy how many? He'll buy only one or few products. So here what happens is, if you go to the wholesaler, you will only buy few, whichever he has. But when it comes to the retailer, what happens is, the retailer will have wide selections. Next, after sales service. Now you can't go to the manufacturer and question that we want services. Whom will you go and whom will you approach? The convenient way is what? The person where you have purchased, you will go to that particular place and then you will ask for a service. That is where the retailer will go. That is after sales services. Now again, same repetition. Supposingly I have gone to a retail shop and I have purchased the mobile. Now I'll go to the same retail shop and I'll tell this is what the problem with the mobile. Now he will sell, or he will actually talk to the wholesaler where he has purchased. Now the wholesaler will go to the final manufacturer. That is what happens. If the manufacturers are gigantic, they are really doing good, their sales and the marketing is huge, what happens is, the retailer will directly contact the toll-free number of the company and the people will take care about it. Now this is what happens, right? So last one is provide credit facilities. Now understand, manufacturer will provide credit facility to the wholesaler. Wholesaler will provide credit facility to the retailer. Now retailer will also give credit facility to the consumer. So that is what the services of wholesaler to retailer as well as the retailer to consumer. First one, regular availability of product. The most important service. What is it? It's a most important service. Say example, you need toothpaste or toothbrush and you will not go to the wholesaler, right? You will go to the retailer. Supposingly, if the retailer will not have toothpaste or toothbrush on a regular basis, now what will happen? The person will not go to that particular retailer. He'll go to some other retailer. So what happens is, customer is lost. That is the reason the retailer will book, that is pre-booking will happen with the wholesaler prior to whatever the product he has. So that means what? He will have a regular supply. Now, the most important service of a retailer to the consumers is to maintain a regular availability of various products produced by different manufacturers. This enables the buyers to choose products according to their taste from a wide variety and buy them when needed. So here what happens is, I'll give you an example. I've given here, say you have so many products, so many kind of manufacturers have actually given, say you have a MDH, all these things, right? Now what happens is, it's a helping hand for the final consumer that they can go with any taste, any flavor, any kind of a thing, and then they can buy it from a wide varieties. And that too what? A regular supply is guaranteed. That is what the retailer will do. New products information. Now there is a product which has come to the market. Now all the products will not go with the advertisement because advertisement is very costly. But when you understand that there are small manufacturers also who wants their product to come to all the places. Now what is that they can do? They can't afford for advertisement, but they will give incentives to the wholesalers and the retailers, saying that if you will go with more and more sales of our product, we're gonna give you these things. That is their incentives. Now then what happens is, it's a duty of the retailer to tell or to showcase the information or to give the personal selling advice to the final consumer, saying there is a new product, you people can try for it. By arranging for effective display of products and through their personal selling efforts, a retailer provide important information about the arrival, that is a special feature or etc. of new products to the customers. This service has an important factor in the decision making process for the purchase of those goods. Now example, we have like three varieties of chips. Say we have Lays, then we have Uncle Chips, and we have Bingo. Now what happens is, if the retailer is only putting up Bingos as his displays and he don't have the displays of Lays and Uncle Chips, now people whoever will come and they want to taste chips, what they'll do is they'll only go and they'll buy Bingo. The reason is what? Attractive, and it will be what? Here please understand. By arranging for effective display. When you have an effective display, that will only give a information of the new product. Convenience in buying. Now you need to convince the buyers. The retailer's job is to convince the buyers. See, whenever if you start a retailing shop, what happens? I'll just give you an example. If I come to your shop and ask you that I need a ink pen, and unfortunately you don't have an ink pen. So what is that you should do is, you should never say we don't have ink pen. You should say try a ball pen, right? Try a pilot pen. That is how you are supposed to encourage. That is, you need to convince the buyers, because you have purchased those from the wholesaler. Now it should also go from you, right? So retailers generally buy goods in large quantities and sell these in small quantities according to the requirements of their customers. Also, they are normally situated very near to the resident area and remains open for long hours. This offers great convenience to the customers in buying products of their requirement. So here what happens is, they'll buy and they'll sell, right? But here they are situated in the residential area where people can go freely and they can come and they'll stay for long hours. Say example, I'll tell you, we have this labor class. Now this labor class, in the sense what? After they get payment only, they'll come and they'll shop. So what happens? 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock is what their work will be done, and then they'll come home and then they'll get to know that there are these products which are not there. Then they'll give money to their son or daughter, whoever, they go to the shop and then buy it. Now what happens is, small quantity you can't go and buy in the wholesaler, but you can do that in the retailer. That's why the retailer should always have what? Convenience in buying, as well as there are many people even now when it comes to the middle class or lower middle class, they go and they buy from the retailer and they make an account there. That is, I'll pay after the salary is done. So that is the reason there is one more services which a retailer gives is what? Credit facilities. Wide selection. Now, wholesaler has only one type or few of the types, whichever he is dealing with. But the retailer deals with all the products from all the manufacturers, whoever wants to go for a retailer's shop. Now, retailers generally keep stock of a variety of products of different manufacturers. This enables the consumers to make their choices out of wide selection of goods. So that is what the benefit a retailer gives to the final consumer. After sales service. Now what is this after sales service? Now sales is done. Now service is very much mandatory, and let me tell you, more than manufacturing, services should be more. The reason, I'll tell you what. Retailer provide importance, that is the after sales service, in the form of home delivery, supply of spare parts, and attending to customers. Now this is what the major thing is, that you need to always attend the customer after service, right? That is after it has been sold. Now here what happens is, this becomes an important factor in the buyer's decision for repeat purchase of the product. Now once you are not giving them service, right, and you have a very poor service, right, then what happens is, customers will not buy from you. They'll not buy from you. If you give a very good service, say you give a good service, then definitely they'll tell more people. They'll tell more people to buy the product. That means what? It is all the services which plays a very vital role. Now, example I'll give you. We wanted to go with the UPS batteries and inverter. Now, what happened was when we started to purchase for the first time, we went and we asked many people who already had UPS. When they had UPS, they said that we made few lists because they told us these are the good, these are the durable one, this is what the price is, everything. But here what happened is, we were okay with price. Let me just tell you here. The factors for choosing a product, there are three. One is price. Another is, say, its durability. And this durability depends on the brand. Okay, brand. And the last one is services. Now, price we were okay. We were okay even with the brand, but we were only concerned with the services. The reason is, without services, even good brands, without giving services, they'll actually come down. So it is the retailer who should actually go with what? He should give up proper services even after sales. Lastly, we have as provide a credit facility. The retailer sometimes provide credit facility to their regular customers. See, he will not give to everybody. He gives to the regular customer or the people who are regular buyers. This enables the later to increase their level of consumption and thereby their standard of living. Now, here what happens is, you have a target retailer saying that you will be like a loyal to only that person. Say you, near your residence, you have say 30 to 40 retailers. But only that one provisional store only, why will you go? Ask a question to yourself. Because your parents go there. Now, if you ask your parents will tell their parents were going there. The reason is that bondness will be there. And see, as a retailer, it's very easy to leave the customer, but very, very difficult to adapt and to accept a customer on the way of his taste, right? So that means what? You can actually leave a customer, but when a customer is added, I'll tell you, that is where you make profit. So you should never make your customer leave you for some reasons. You should always have your customers. So to have your customer, what it is, you are supposed to give them some kind of a credit facility. Say, okay, tomorrow you will buy, okay, no issues. Tomorrow you will give, no issues, fine. So these are the things which you are supposed to have a convenient talk with your customers. Now, while going with the convenient talk, what happens is, the customer will definitely ask for a credit. Example, say he's a salaried person and he wants the home need, whatever it is, he wants it. Now, he has gone for the shopping. Now, here as a retailer, what is that you should do is, after listing all the things, you will give him a total that this is what you are supposed to pay. Now, that person doesn't have it. That doesn't mean you will not give the things to him, but he should be a regular buyer. Only for those you are supposed to give, not for people who has come as a new buyer. So here, when you go with it, what happens is, next time he will definitely come again to you. That means he will bring more business, plus he will actually give you business. So these are the things that is providing credit facility for whom? For a regular buyer, so that there will be a very good level of relationship which you people will carry. So these are the things, students, please understand this. Again, go watch the session. It's very, very easy to understand. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.